July is almost over. And for many families, this is the time of year when grocery shopping can start to look very different. Prices change. Seasonal products move in and out of stores. Demand shifts. And certain items can become more expensive or harder to find as the summer season comes to an end. But here's the good news. You don't need to panic. You don't need to empty store shelves. And you certainly don't need to spend your entire grocery budget in one shopping trip. Smart preparation is about knowing what your household already uses and taking advantage of reasonable prices when you find them. Some foods are especially useful because they can be stored for a long time. Others can be frozen. And some are simply everyday essentials that you don't want to run out of when prices suddenly move higher. Today, we're looking at 12 groceries you may want to consider stocking up on before July ends. These are practical foods that can help you save money, reduce unnecessary shopping trips, and give your household more flexibility if prices rise later. The key word is reasonable. Only buy what you have enough space to store. Only purchase quantities your family can realistically use. And always rotate older products into your normal meals. The goal isn't to create fear. It's to make smarter grocery decisions before you actually need to. Because once prices rise, or a product becomes temporarily unavailable, that's usually the worst time to start looking for alternatives. So if you're heading to the grocery store soon, keep this list in mind. Before we begin, subscribe to Prepper Pulse and turn on notifications. We upload new videos daily with practical grocery tips, food storage ideas, and preparedness strategies to help you stay informed and ready. Now let's count down 12 groceries you may want to stock up on before July ends. Starting with number 12. Starting our countdown at number 12 is a simple pantry staple that can be incredibly useful when you need a quick and convenient meal. Canned soup. It's easy to store, simple to prepare, and there are countless varieties to choose from. Chicken soup, tomato soup, vegetable soup, lentil soup, and many other options can provide a quick meal without requiring a long list of ingredients. Canned soup is also useful because it can help you stretch other foods. You can add extra vegetables, combine it with crackers, serve it alongside a sandwich, or use certain soups as ingredients in other recipes. That versatility makes it a practical item to keep in your pantry. Another advantage is storage. Unopened cans can generally be kept in a cool, dry location for an extended period. This means you can buy a few cans when they're on sale and gradually rotate them into your normal meals. If prices increase later, having some already stored at home can reduce the need to pay the higher price immediately. When shopping, compare different brands and check the price per serving. Store brands can sometimes offer excellent value, especially when you're buying multiple cans. You should also choose varieties your family actually enjoys. There's no benefit in stocking up on food that will sit untouched in your pantry. Canned soup earns the number 12 spot because it's convenient, versatile, easy to store, and useful for quick meals. And the next grocery item is something that can help you add flavor to almost everything you cook. At number 11 is something that can make even the simplest pantry meal taste completely different. Spices and seasonings. Salt, black pepper, garlic powder, paprika, cinnamon, chili powder, and other basic seasonings can make a huge difference in everyday cooking. The reason they're worth stocking up on is simple. They are used in small amounts, but they can transform dozens of meals. A basic bowl of beans can taste completely different with the right seasoning. Vegetables become more enjoyable. Soups become more flavorful. And inexpensive homemade meals can feel much less repetitive. Spices are also relatively easy to store. Most dried seasonings can be kept in a cool, dry pantry when properly sealed. That makes them convenient to buy when you find a good price. Instead of purchasing expensive specialty blends, smart shoppers can focus on the basic seasonings their families use most often. You can also create your own blends at home. This may help you save money compared with repeatedly buying multiple premixed seasoning packets. Another reason to consider stocking up is that spices are often used gradually. A single container can last for many meals, meaning you don't need a huge quantity. The key is to check your pantry before shopping. There's no reason to buy another bottle of something you already have 3 containers of. Instead, focus on the seasonings you're running low on or the ones your household uses regularly. Spices and seasonings earn the number 11 spot because they're inexpensive compared with many grocery items, easy to store, and capable of making affordable meals much more enjoyable. And the next grocery item is something many families use every morning. A simple breakfast staple that can help you start the day without spending too much. At number 10 is a breakfast staple that many families rely on every morning. Cereal. It's quick, convenient, and easy to store. For busy households, cereal can provide a simple breakfast without requiring much preparation. You can serve it with milk, eat it dry as a snack, or combine it with fruit and other ingredients to create more variety. One reason cereal may be worth buying before July ends is that prices can vary significantly between brands and package sizes. Smart shoppers should compare the cost per serving rather than simply choosing the largest box. Sometimes a store-brand cereal can provide much better value than a premium brand. Another advantage is that unopened cereal can be stored in a cool, dry pantry. If your family eats cereal regularly, buying an extra box or two during a sale can make sense. But don't overbuy. Cereal quality can decline if it sits around too long, especially after opening. A good strategy is to rotate your supply. Use the oldest box first and replace it when you find another good deal. You can also choose different varieties to keep breakfast interesting. Whole grain cereals, oat-based cereals, or simple corn and rice varieties can all provide different options. Cereal earns the number 10 spot because it's convenient, widely used, easy to store, and can help reduce the need for more expensive breakfast options. And the next grocery item is something that can add protein and flavor to many meals. A pantry staple that smart shoppers often overlook until they're almost out. At number 9 is a pantry staple that can add protein, fiber, and versatility to many inexpensive meals. Canned chickpeas. They're already cooked, easy to store, and ready to use whenever you need them. You can add chickpeas to salads, mix them into soups, combine them with vegetables, mash them into spreads, or simply season them for a quick side dish. That's what makes them so useful. One can become part of several different types of meals, depending on what else you have in your kitchen. Canned chickpeas are also convenient because they don't require the long soaking and cooking time associated with dried chickpeas. That can save both time and energy. For busy families, having a few cans available can make meal preparation much easier. Another advantage is storage. Unopened cans can be kept in a cool, dry pantry for an extended period. This allows you to gradually build a supply while rotating older cans into your regular meals. If you find them at a good price before July ends, buying a reasonable amount may be worthwhile. Just remember to check the price per serving and compare different brands. Store brands can sometimes provide excellent value. You should also choose foods your family actually enjoys. There's no point in filling your pantry with products that nobody wants to eat. Canned chickpeas earn the number 9 spot because they're convenient, versatile, easy to store, and can help make simple meals more filling. And the next grocery item is something many families use for cooking, baking, and everyday meals. At number 8 is one of those inexpensive pantry staples that can be useful in far more ways than many people realize. Vinegar. White vinegar, apple cider vinegar, and other varieties can be used in cooking, salad dressings, marinades, sauces, and homemade recipes. A bottle can last a long time because most recipes only require a small amount. That makes vinegar a practical item to buy when you find a good price. It's also easy to store. Unopened bottles can generally be kept in a cool, dry pantry, following the manufacturer's storage recommendations. For households that use vinegar regularly, keeping a backup bottle can prevent an unnecessary grocery trip when the current bottle runs out. Vinegar is also useful because different varieties have different purposes. White vinegar is common in many cooking and household applications. Apple cider vinegar can be used in dressings and recipes where you want a different flavor. Other varieties can add variety to marinades and sauces. The smartest approach is to focus on the types your household actually uses. There's no reason to stock up on multiple varieties that will sit untouched. Before July ends, check your pantry. If you're running low on vinegar and find a good deal, Adding one extra bottle to your cart may be a simple way to prepare without spending much. Vinegar earns the number 8 spot because it's inexpensive, versatile, easy to store, and used in many everyday recipes. And now we're moving into the top 7. The next grocery item is something that can help turn simple ingredients into a satisfying meal. We're now in the top 7. At number 7 is a simple grocery item that can turn a few basic ingredients into a quick and satisfying meal. Tortillas. Flour tortillas, corn tortillas, and other varieties can be incredibly useful for busy families. You can fill them with beans, canned chicken, vegetables, eggs, or leftover meat. That makes tortillas an excellent way to stretch ingredients you already have at home. They're also useful for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can make wraps, tacos, quesadillas, breakfast burritos, or simple roll-ups for quick snacks. This versatility is one reason tortillas can be a smart grocery purchase when you find them at a good price. They can also help reduce food waste. Instead of throwing away small amounts of leftover meat or vegetables, you can combine them with other ingredients and turn them into a completely different meal. Storage depends on the type and package, so always follow the manufacturer's instructions. Some tortillas can be frozen, which may allow you to take advantage of a good sale without needing to use everything immediately. Before buying extra, check the storage space you have available and make sure your household will actually use them. The goal is to save money, not purchase food that eventually gets thrown away. Tortillas earn the number 7 spot because they're versatile, convenient, and capable of turning simple leftovers and inexpensive ingredients into multiple meals. And now we're halfway through the list. The next grocery item is something many families use to make quick meals more satisfying. At number 6 is one of the smartest foods to keep in your freezer when you're trying to save money and reduce food waste. Frozen vegetables. Peas, mixed vegetables, broccoli, spinach, and many other options can provide an easy way to add vegetables to everyday meals. One major advantage is convenience. Frozen vegetables are already cleaned and prepared, so you don't have to spend as much time washing, peeling, or cutting fresh produce. You can add them to soups, rice dishes, pasta meals, casseroles, or simply serve them as a side dish. Another benefit is their storage life. Fresh vegetables can spoil quickly, especially during hot weather. Frozen vegetables can remain usable for much longer when kept continuously frozen and stored according to the package instructions. That can help reduce food waste. Instead of buying fresh vegetables and watching them spoil in the refrigerator, you can use only the amount you need and keep the rest for later. This makes frozen vegetables particularly useful for families who don't always cook every day. If you find a good sale before July ends, consider buying a few extra bags of the varieties your family already enjoys. But remember to check your freezer space first. There's no point buying more than you can store properly. You should also compare prices between frozen and fresh options. Sometimes fresh produce is cheaper, especially when it's in season. The goal is simply to choose the option that gives your household the best value. Frozen vegetables earn the number 6 spot because they're convenient, versatile, easy to portion, and can help reduce food waste. And now we're entering the top 5. The next grocery item is something that can help you make quick meals, add flavor, and stretch other ingredients. We're now in the top 5. At number 5 is a simple grocery item that can turn basic pantry ingredients into a quick family meal. Pasta sauce. A jar of pasta sauce can save you time and help you create a meal without needing a long list of ingredients. Simply combine it with pasta. Add vegetables, mix in beans, or use it with whatever protein you already have available. That flexibility makes pasta sauce a practical item to keep in your pantry. It's also useful when you're short on time. Instead of making a sauce completely from scratch, you can open a jar and have the foundation of a meal ready in minutes. Smart shoppers should compare different brands and check the price per serving. Store brands can often provide excellent value, especially when they're on sale. You can also choose sauces based on your family's preferences. A basic tomato sauce can be used in many different recipes, while other varieties may offer additional flavors. Before July ends, check how much sauce you already have at home. If your supply is running low and you find a good deal, buying a few extra jars may help you avoid paying a higher price later. Just remember to store unopened jars according to the manufacturer's recommendations and check for any signs of damage before use. Pasta sauce earns the number 5 spot because it's convenient, versatile, easy to store, and can turn inexpensive ingredients into a satisfying meal. And now we're down to the final 4. The next grocery item is something that can help you add protein and flavor to meals without spending a fortune. We're down to the final 4. At number 4 is a grocery item that can provide convenience, versatility, and a lot of value from a single jar. Peanut butter. It's a popular pantry staple for families because it can be used in many different ways. Spread it on bread. Add it to toast. Mix it into oatmeal. Pair it with fruit. Or use it in homemade sauces and snacks. Peanut butter can also be useful when you're trying to stretch your grocery budget. A small amount can add flavor and calories to simple meals, while also providing protein and fats. That makes it more substantial than many basic snack foods. Another advantage is storage. Unopened jars can generally be kept in a cool, dry pantry according to the manufacturer's instructions. This makes peanut butter convenient to buy when you find a good sale. If your family eats it regularly, consider keeping one unopened backup jar rather than waiting until your current jar is almost empty. That way, you can take advantage of a good price and avoid an emergency grocery trip. There are also different varieties available. Creamy, crunchy, natural, and other options can fit different preferences. Smart shoppers should compare the price per serving and choose the type their household actually enjoys. If anyone in your household has a peanut allergy, of course, choose a suitable alternative instead. Peanut butter earns the number 4 spot because it's versatile, convenient, easy to store, and useful in everything from breakfasts to snacks. And now we're down to the final 3. The next grocery item is something that can provide a quick and affordable way to add protein to everyday meals. We're down to the final 3. At number 3 is a grocery item that can provide a convenient source of protein and turn simple ingredients into a quick meal. Canned tuna. It's already cooked, easy to store, and ready to use whenever you need it. You can mix it with mayonnaise and make a sandwich. Add it to a salad. Combine it with pasta. Or serve it with crackers for a quick snack. That versatility makes canned tuna a useful pantry staple for busy families. Another advantage is its storage life. Unopened cans can generally be kept in a cool, dry pantry for an extended period when stored according to the manufacturer's recommendations. This means you can gradually build a small backup supply without taking up valuable refrigerator or freezer space. If you regularly buy tuna, check the price before July ends. When you find a good deal, buying a reasonable number of cans may help you avoid paying more later. But there's no need to overbuy. Choose quantities your family can realistically use and rotate older cans into your regular meals. It's also smart to compare different brands and package sizes. The cheapest looking can isn't always the best value, so check the price per serving when possible. Canned tuna earns the number 3 spot because it's convenient, versatile, easy to store, and can provide a quick protein option for many different meals. And now we're down to the final 2. The next grocery item is something that can make a huge difference when you're trying to stretch your food budget. We're down to the final 2. At number 2 is one of the most useful foods you can keep in your freezer. Frozen chicken. Chicken is a staple for millions of families because it can become breakfast, lunch, or dinner with just a few additional ingredients. You can bake it, grill it, add it to pasta, mix it with vegetables, use it in wraps, or turn it into soups and casseroles. That versatility makes it an excellent food to buy when you find a good price. The freezer also gives you an important advantage. Unlike fresh chicken, frozen chicken can be stored for much longer when kept continuously frozen and handled according to food safety guidance. This allows you to take advantage of sales without needing to cook everything immediately. If you regularly eat chicken, consider checking your freezer before July ends. If you're running low and find a good deal, buying a reasonable amount could help you reduce your grocery expenses later. However, don't buy more than your freezer can safely hold. Good air circulation and proper storage are important for maintaining food quality. It's also smart to consider different cuts. Chicken thighs may sometimes be less expensive than breasts. Whole chickens can also provide multiple meals for some households. The best option depends on what your family actually eats. You can also portion larger packages before freezing if that makes meal preparation easier. This allows you to take out only what you need instead of defrosting an entire package. Frozen chicken earns the number 2 spot because it's versatile, widely used, and can be purchased during sales and stored for later use. But now we've reached number 1. The final grocery item is one of the most practical foods you can stock up on before July ends, and it can help you create countless meals while stretching your grocery budget. We've reached number 1. The grocery item you may want to consider stocking up on before July ends is one of the most practical pantry staples you can buy. Canned beans. They're affordable, filling, easy to store, and incredibly versatile. You can use them in soups, chili, salads, wraps, rice bowls, and countless other meals. One of the biggest advantages of canned beans is convenience. Unlike dried beans, canned beans are already cooked. That means you can open a can, drain it, rinse it if desired, and add it directly to your meal. This can save time, energy, and cooking effort. Canned beans can also help stretch more expensive ingredients. Instead of using a large amount of meat in one meal, you can combine a smaller portion with beans and vegetables to create more servings. That can be especially useful when grocery prices begin rising. There are many varieties to choose from: black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, navy beans, and others can all be used in different recipes. Smart shoppers should compare prices between brands and look at the cost per serving. Store brands may offer excellent value, especially when purchased during sales. Before July ends, check your pantry. If you regularly eat canned beans and your supply is getting low, consider adding a few extra cans during your next grocery trip. There's no need to buy more than your family can realistically use. Simply build a reasonable supply and rotate older cans into your regular meals. Canned beans earn the number 1 spot because they're affordable, versatile, convenient, and easy to store. So there you have it. 12 groceries you may want to consider stocking up on before July ends. But remember, the goal isn't panic buying. It's smart shopping. You don't need to spend hundreds of pounds in one trip. Instead, look at what your family already eats. Check your pantry. Check your freezer. Then watch for good prices on the items you actually use. Buying a little extra when prices are reasonable can sometimes help you avoid paying more later. But always store food properly. Rotate older products first. And avoid buying more than your household can realistically consume. The best preparation is simple preparation. Small decisions made during your regular grocery trips can gradually create a more flexible and better stocked home. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Prepper Pulse and turn on notifications. We upload new videos daily with practical grocery tips, food storage ideas, and preparedness strategies to help you stay informed and ready. Stay prepared, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.